from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
New at noon, a morning rush hour crash slows traffic on I-94. Thanks for joining us. Police believe a medical condition may have caused the accident in South Fargo. It happened around 8, just west of University Drive, when a driver left the road and smashed into a chain link fence. There's no word yet on the driver's condition. Also new at noon, blame it on a loaf of bread. It was left on a stove, and when a burner was accidentally turned on, it started a fire in the kitchen of a South Fargo home. Firefighters got the call around 9:30 this morning from the 1700 block of 15th Street South. Everyone got out safely, but there was a lot of smoke damage in the house. Some Mayville kids are being hailed as heroes for saving 2 people from drowning at Turtle River State Park near Grand Forks. A classmate got caught in the current and a chaperone went in to help him, but both got caught in the current. When they were swept downstream, 2 students grabbed them and got them out of the water. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop will have more on this story tonight on Valley News Live. We're heading towards some extreme heat this week, and health officials are warning people to be cautious outdoors. Heat stroke can be life-threatening. Signs include hot, red skin, which may be dry or moist changes in consciousness, vomiting, and high body temperature. That's when to get someone immediate medical help, including quickly cooling their body by covering them with cold, wet towels or bags of ice, or even spraying them with cool water or immersing them in cool water up to their neck if it's possible. Now, when it's this hot out, don't leave your pets or your kids in vehicles. Drink plenty of fluids, but avoid caffeine or alcohol. Avoid strenuous activity, and be sure to check on family, friends, and neighbors who may be affected by the heat. And be sure to check on pets frequently to ensure that they're not suffering from the heat. So how hot will it get? Let's get right over to meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert?
It's already warming up quickly across much of the area. Most temperatures right now in the 80s, but that's only part of the story. The humidity making it feel quite a bit warmer. We'll show you the heat index values here in just a moment. Right now, 81 in Langdon, also 81 in Roseville, Detroit Lakes, Wadena, and Valley City. It's already up to 85 here in Fargo, but you do factor in that humidity. Heat index of 92 already here in Fargo, 87 in Grand Forks, 88 down into the Sisseton area today. Hot tomorrow. Even hotter. Winds are going to be out of the south and southeast today, 10 to 20 miles per hour with some occasional stronger gusts, that bringing in the heat and the humidity. Some cloudiness off to our west and in northwest, and underneath those clouds, we have seen a few showers, some strong storms up west of Winnipeg, and we'll have a risk for a few isolated showers and storms today, and any that do form could be on the strong side. Excessive heat watch from Grand Forks down towards the Lisbon area and points off towards the east. Excessive heat warning for our far southern counties. Heat advisory out off toward the west. That heat watch in effect for tomorrow and Thursday. As I mentioned, it's going to get even hotter tomorrow. How hot do we get today, tomorrow, and again on Thursday? We'll let you know coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks, Robert. It's the political buzz for the past several hours, but not the kind you want. The Trump campaign is dismissing criticism that parts of Melania Trump's keynote speech last night were lifted from Michelle Obama's convention speech from 8 years ago. Kenneth Gregg is following the controversy from Cleveland.
Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort is brushing off criticism about Melania Trump's speech that many say had striking similarities to Michelle Obama's 2008 convention speech.
Well, there are not that many similarities. There are a couple of phrases.
Word by word in a number of places.
It's basically 3 places in the speech, and it's fragments of words.
But critics argue it was more than just fragments of words.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
The controversy has knocked the Trump campaign off message at a time when they're trying to focus on the issues. Some people here in Cleveland say this is just a media sensation.
They're blowing it out of proportion. She meant everything she said.
Day 2 of the convention will see the end of the anyone but Trump movement, as the businessman will become the Republican Party's official presidential nominee tonight.
He's excited about the fact that his quest will finally come to an end, and all of you who doubted that he could be nominated will no longer be able to say, yes, but maybe it won't happen. It will have happened.
And the speakers will try to focus on jobs and the economy. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Cleveland.
The White House has not commented on the controversy. The mom of a teenage driver is warning people about a disturbing hit-and-run incident she says her son was involved with in South Fargo. The 17-year-old was hit while trying to turn off I-29 onto 32nd Avenue South. Now, he's okay, but there is damage to the car. Nicole Jones says the other driver was chasing her son and flashing his lights at him. It's made her afraid to let her son drive. She called our whistleblower hotline, urging parents to talk to your kids about hit-and-run accidents. An autopsy is planned today on the body of the former Marine who killed 3 law enforcement officers in Baton Rouge Sunday. This as authorities revealed new chilling details into how Gavin Long executed the bloody ambush. Don Champion has the latest from Baton Rouge.
Chilling new images released by investigators offer new detail on the Baton Rouge gunman's deadly attack. They show Gavin Long armed, dressed in all black as he carried out his shooting Sunday. Investigators say the former Marine bypassed civilians while methodically searching for police officers.
He was looking for locations to specifically target police officers. There is no doubt whatsoever that these officers were intentionally targeted and assassinated.
3 officers were killed in the 8-minute rampage. The gunman was eventually killed by a SWAT team with a shot fired from 100 yards away. 3 other officers were wounded, including Sheriff's Deputy Nicholas Tullier, who was shot in the head and stomach as he sat in his patrol car.
We're just praying for him. It's in God's hands, and we just have to see what happens.
President Obama called the families of the fallen officers and law enforcement officials yesterday to offer his condolences.
Attorney General Loretta Lynch condemned the attack and called it counterproductive.
These incidents occur, and it seems as if it pulls us back into a period when we're so far apart.
While investigators say Long acted alone, they're still looking into whether someone may have known about his plan. Don Champion, CBS News, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
President Obama has ordered flags throughout the country to be flown at half-staff until Friday to honor of the slain officers. And there's a friendly competition going on between Fargo police and firefighters. It's the annual Battle of the Badges. The 10th annual event is a push to get people to donate blood. You can schedule ahead or walk in from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the West Acres Food Court today through Thursday. Police are defending their big win from last year. People love being pet parents, but when it comes to cleaning up the dog, sometimes not so much. That's where the Woof Washer is supposed to come in, but doesn't really work. We're trying it coming up. But first, Robert Hahn has a hot forecast to plan your day.